Hi, everyone, and thank you for joining my short webinar on language and literacy development in early childhood classrooms. Today, I'm going to briefly explain 5 important components of linguistics: phonology, morphology, syntax, semantics, and pragmatics, and how also understanding these areas helps us support young learners, especially students with exceptionalities. First, phonology refers to the sound system of language. It includes how sounds are organized and used to form words. For example, when a child learns that the word cat is made up of the sounds k, a, t, they're developing phonological awareness. This is very important for literacy because children need to hear and manipulate sounds in order to decode words while reading. Next is morphology, which is the study of word parts and how they create meaning. Morphemes are the smallest units of meaning in a word. For example, in the word unhappy, the prefix un changes the meaning of the word. Understanding morphology helps students figure out the meaning of new words and supports vocabulary development. The third component is syntax. Syntax refers to the structures of sentences and how words are arranged. For example, the sentence, "The dog chased the ball," follows a typical English sentence structure. If a child says, "dog chase ball," we can still understand it. But syntax development helps students form complete and grammatically correct sentences, which supports both reading comprehension and writing. The fourth component is semantics, which focuses on the meaning of words and language. When students learn vocabulary and understand how words relate to each other, they are developing semantic knowledge. For example, knowing that big, large, and huge have similar meanings helps strengthen reading comprehension. Finally, pragmatics refers to how language is used in social situations. This includes taking turns in conversation, understanding tone, and knowing how to communicate appropriately in different settings. For example, a student may speak differently with the teacher than with a friend. Pragmatic skills help students participate in classroom discussions and collaborative learning. Understanding these components of linguistics is especially important when working with students with exceptionalities. Some students may struggle with phonological awareness, vocabulary development, or sentence structure, which can affect their reading and writing skills. When teachers understand these language components, they can better identify areas where students may need additional support. There are several developmentally appropriate strategies that can support students who struggle with linguistic skills. One effective strategy is explicit phonological awareness instruction, such as rhyming games, sound blending activities, and segmenting words into individual sounds. These activities help students build foundational reading skills. Another strategy is interactive read alouds, where teachers pause during reading to discuss vocabulary, ask questions, and model language structures. This supports both semantic development and comprehension. A third strategy is structured conversation and language modeling, where teachers intentionally model complete sentences and encourage students to respond using expanded language. This helps support both syntax and pragmatic language development. Overall, understanding phonology, morphology, syntax, semantics, and pragmatics helps teachers support language development and literacy skills for all students. By recognizing how these components work together, educators can create inclusive learning environments that support both typical and atypical language development. Thank you so much for listening. Have a great day.